Being a father is no easy task. Even the best dads could use some advice. That is where Alec Lace comes in with his popular podcast, First Class Fatherhood. He has interviewed some high-profile fathers in politics, media, and sports, and he's now turning all of that wisdom into a book, also called First Class Fatherhood, which hits stores April 12th. Alec Lace joins us now. So all the anecdotes, I'm sure, are thought-provoking, laced with lessons, but what are a few that you want to share with us today?
Well, Arthel, thank you so much for having me here on the show. And there's so much. I have 4 children myself, and there's so much that I've been able to learn from doing these interviews with these guys that have accomplished so much in their life from all spectrums, all different backgrounds. And my oldest is 15, so I'm just about to get into all these different things where my kids start dating and they're introduced to all these other things that I haven't gone through. So be able to have a chance to talk to some of the dads that are now grandfathers, it's been just so rewarding to myself, and I know it's helped so many other dads out there as well.
I have a question for you, Alec. How can females help men be good fathers?
Well, I would think by listening to podcasts like First Class Fatherhood, reading the book, to see where dads are coming from. And there's something in there for the moms, for the wives in there as well, even if it's just to get an idea of where the men are coming from. But there's also dads they may be interested in listening to. I've had several of the Backstreet Boys on there, a lot of reality TV show stars on there. So there's something in there for everybody.
Right, but what would you say is the answer to that question, you personally?
As far as what?
How can females help men become better fathers?
Well, I would think by listening and by being there for them. And listen, I think right now we're seeing the breakdown of our nuclear family unit in this country, and I think whatever we can do to nourish the family unit, I think is going to benefit the entire country, your entire society, the community as well. So I think women as well as men, husbands and fathers, husbands and wives, moms and dads need to be there for one another, listen to where each other is coming from, try to show support, and listen to other moms and wives that have been there and done that to try to get some advice where they can. I think that's the best thing. Find somebody that's had some success and listen to them. Success usually leaves a blueprint.
Yeah, listening is really key. So here's another one for you. So I know you said you're a father of 4. What's the difference between being a father and being a dad?
Well, I think, I'm not a biologist, but, anybody can really be a dad. But to be a father, you really got to be involved in your kids' lives. We got a fatherless crisis going on in our country, Arthel. And it really, in my opinion, it's the #1 social issue we're having going on. If we could just bring our dads back into the line of children, I think 90% of the problems we're seeing in this country would start to dissolve pretty quickly. So anybody can have a kid. Yes, we know that. But being a dad, it takes a whole lot more commitment, and it's about becoming a better person. Being a dad has made me a better man. So there are spectrums of my life I never could have imagined before I had kids. Now that I have them, I love to learn, grow, develop, and change along with them. They teach me more about myself, I think, than I'm teaching them at times.
And at this point in your life, because I know it changes over the course of time, but what are they teaching you, your children teaching you about yourself at this moment?
Well, I would say patience is the #1 thing right there. I mean, I'm learning a lot. I have 2 teenagers in the house now, and it's funny how quickly we forget that we were teenagers at one point, and now really a lot of that, wow, I know what my parents were talking about. I'm somebody that lost both of my parents before I became a father myself, so I don't have them to kind of lean on to ask questions or advice from, so I kind of am open with them and honest with them about some of the mistakes I make, and I'm willing to apologize them and say, hey, listen, I'm trying to learn this as well. I've never done this before, so bear with me. And I'm more willing to say, I don't think I remember my dad ever telling me he was sorry for anything, but it's something that I find myself doing and not afraid to do with my kids, especially when I punish the wrong kid for the wrong crime.
Oh, yeah, you can't do that. Well, thank you for joining us. You take care of yourself and to your family. Alec Lace, take care. Bye-bye.
Thank you for having me, Arthel.
Thank you, Alec. Best job for a man, being a dad.